quickly because I don't want the echo.
All right. Well, we should be live now, and folks should be able to hear us now. Yes, unfortunately, the best part of the show, the hold music, has changed because StreamYards are money grubbing bastards. They decided
Oh,
to increase their fees by 80%. So we are trying out new streaming software. EV Mux is the flavor of the night.
and
This
they'll tell you
is
about it every 5 seconds up in the corner.
It will, because I am a cheapskate that can't afford to test something out for $200. So I'm testing out the free version right now, and if I like it, I've got two others I want to test out. It does have some really nice features, though. I got to say, I get a
Hopefully,
lot
next
more for
week
the
will be
same
back
money
soon.
than the other one did. But anyway, yes, let's go away from corporate greed and let's talk about Bloody Appalachia. This will be session 2 of our new, hopefully long-term campaign. We'll see how long-term it ends up being. Actually, did we lose Richard? I don't see him on the
Yeah,
screen. We lost
you seem
Richard.
to.
Richard, no!
No! First casualty in Bloody Appalachia.
He was so young, so beautiful. So
He has been having internet issues, so that's
Yes. Yeah.
probably what happened.
Well, hopefully we'll get him back on, but we'll vamp for just a little bit as folks tell us about their characters. Let's do the setup first. You guys are in the town here, the setting of Bloody Appalachia, because, well, a public access channel in your hometown was offering some money, and there was like this what would you call it? Kind of this thing went out where people were able to submit their ideas for a show, and you guys were picked. They gave you a budget, they gave you some equipment, and you're out here going to film an entire season's worth of your show. Your 1 hour, what are they called? The first show of a new season. What are those
Pilot?
things called?
the pilot.
Yeah, your pilot episode was a huge hit. Creating tens of people watching. Huge hit for public access. And so loaded down with a little bit of money that you were granted, a credit card, some gear, and a van, you head out to the spookiest location by hearsay that was within a few hours drive of your hometown. And so here we are. Here we are in Bloodworth. You've settled in. You have part of your money went to providing a place to stay for the next several months as you're going to overwinter here, and you're going to come back in the spring with enough footage that you can just stick it out there on the airwaves. You've got Jameis, who's playing.
Am I?
I think he's well. You may not be. I mean, you could just be here grudgingly sitting there and looking very sternly at us.
Is that an option?
It's always an option. I mean,
That's much easier
loathing is, I get a lot of it. So
Yeah. I'm playing Lars von Troyer. Is a filmmaker. I've been sort of hired to come in and actually film this and make it look good. I don't actually care about the supernatural or whatever. I'm just here to do my film nature and try and get some quality out of this mess.
Right. And if I remember right from your background, you actually have not had any kind of brushings with the supernatural that can't be described as a bad food experience anyway.
Yeah. No.
Right. You have the rudiments of an editing deck, so you can cut and splice your VHS. You've got a primitive sound deck, so you can add in some really bad overdubbed music if you want. But you have everything you need here to return home with the episodes for your cable access show.
I was just thinking, given the quality of the kind of mics and equipment they use for modern ghost hunting shows, it's the exact same equipment.
It is, we are in the 80s, 1984 to be precise, and there will be no discernible difference than modern ghost shows. Now let's go over to the face of your show. Dion, tell us about your character. That is you.
I'm the pretty one.
You're still the pretty one.
Yeah, I'm fake news. I am a young woman of the ripe age of, what did I say, 24?
So you're over the hill in the 80s, but
yeah. 24 years old, and I am most known for my former excursions of Bigfoot hunters where all of my previous coworkers were killed. Not by Bigfoot. It was the Mothman.
And I
So
think we cut scenes to that horrific night where we just move the camera over just a little bit, and Bigfoot's there with a big bucket of popcorn, just watching what's going on. Yeah. So being the final girl, you definitely had a brush with the supernatural. So you're definitely a true believer in all of this.
yeah. So
Yeah.
now I'm just ghost hunting because that's got to be safer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to be providing the lively commentary and expert background in the supernatural, having been
Yeah.
a survivor. Which brings us to Chad Blutarski, as played by Bill. Tell us all about Chad.
Well, Chad has been a college student for 7 years now. He's still kind of trying to find himself, which he probably would be able to do if he drank less. He's trying this whole media thing out, and these are some cool guys to and gal to hang out with. So that's what I'm doing.
So, being the college student, what is your course of studies? What is it that you're studying?
It changes from time to time. Currently, it's media and communications. So, hence my involvement with the podcast crew.
Yes. And with that last name, Blutarski, you are definitely trying to live up to your older brother's lineage. So I like to think that Chad actually doesn't like alcohol, but he was kind of peer pressured into it because of your last name and the expectations the college had.
It's an enormous pressure. I can't tell you enough like how much pressure there is on me to, be that kind of an animal.
Yes, yeah, it is a responsibility as well. Well, hopefully Richard will join us. If not, they are having some internet issues out his way, much like I have had the last several weeks. So we can't blame him for that. Last episode, we ended with your first night in Bloodworth Hollow, having settled into your rooms. You basically have an entire floor for the winter to yourselves. Winter hasn't fully started yet. It's getting a little cold outside, but no actual snow on the ground. Let's see, Jameis, your character. Could you put your character's name in your block for me there, Jameis, just so I don't have to keep looking elsewhere to get your names? So you and Richard's character discovered you actually do have an outside access to the second floor via this stairwell that goes right up to the second floor. You were checking in on Chad and Fake News. So Fake, what do you go by informally? Do people just call you Fake or News?
Ms. News.
Ms. News.
Ms.
News. Yeah.
Mhm.
I like to think that you're a heavy smoker. And so, like a lot of 80s television, you're in your 20s, but you look like you're in your 40s. Yeah. Well, Chad and Miss News having some nightmares, maybe on the couch, having seen some very odd things. And I believe Chad found something last episode, right?
He had something in his hand.
Yeah, I was directed, I believe, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And I dug something up. I was looking for somebody's diary, and then I believe I passed out.
Yes. And I think that's where we ended our episode as
I'm still passed out.
Yeah, as Lars and Richard's character came in to check everyone out. Yeah, Chad, I think you were the one that was passed out in like the common area, and Fake News actually made it into her room. Yeah. Lars learned some things talking to the local teenagers who like to drag race at night with some very old vintage, we'll call them vintage cars, kept in exceptionally good condition, racing for pink slips.
Also, I found the name of a good car mechanic.
Yes, you did. Yep.
It's the guy who owns the big, huge car thing that's going to come to life at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It better do, Bert. It better do.
And a quick recap on NPCs. Lacey is the first waitress you met at the Taste of Bloodworth, which is the cafe over which you are staying. And then Sherry, a young teen that works the third shift here at the bed and breakfast, kicking her shoes up, or Doc Martens as she's watching MTV. Still, you noticed her through the window there, Lars, as you were going up and checking out these stairs on the outside. So it is late, well, late-ish. The drag racing ended just around midnight before it started to disperse out there. And again, your two folks up here are going through some the aftermath of binging. Just going to turn in for the night, Lars, after you guys have tucked Chad away.
I thought we were done for the night.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's actually a fairly restful night. The beds are insanely comfortable, much more than you would have expected. The pillows, the coverings, everything are nice, just perfect for the slightly chilly air that's going on. There is a central kind of like chimney that runs up from the ground floor up through the second and third floor, where you can open up vents and you get in that nice wood heat. If you would like, you can close your vents otherwise. Very little noise after midnight. The sounds of the drag racing again stopped right around midnight, and the rest of the night, very quiet. Very quiet. So everybody wakes feeling really good. And at the end of last session, we also leveled everybody up. I do want to level fairly quickly through this just because I want to see what higher level characters can do. Something you don't get to see in this game a lot because people die quickly. All right. So the two of you that were overly intoxicated the night before actually wake up feeling great. Your stomachs rumble a little bit. I did say that there were like coffee machines, tea machines in the room, so you can make your own coffee, but you already smell the pork sizzling downstairs, the smell of bacon. You can hear low conversations, low up here. It's probably much louder down there. Actually, of several diners already in the little diner below you. You hear the clatter of forks and spoons, and dull conversation going on. Looking out the windows, it's a bright, clear day. There's a little bit of frost on the windows. But other than that, it's just a very cheery looking day outside.
What time would it be? Because I usually would get up early.
That's completely up to you. If you want to get, well, I tell you what, actually, since you kind of binged last night, was one of the reasons you were in such a state. If you want to still get up early, let's go ahead and have the first roll of the night. Let's see how early you actually are able to get up.
Okay.
Give me just a second to get to my index here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a poison save.
A poison save. Okay. Do I have to roll under or over? Under, right?
Mm-hmm. Under.
Okay. Well, my poison save is a 15, so I think I made it with a roll of 7.
You did. You can get up as early as you would like, and you still feel fine. You feel wonderful, actually. Great night's sleep.
6 a.m.
Actually, one of the oddities I'm going to say, since you are a final girl, is you didn't have the nightmares last night.
Oh.
First time in a long time that you haven't had the nightmares.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I'm up at 6 in the morning, putting on my long johns, and then I'm putting a pink tracksuit on over it. I'm tying my hair up. I go for a run every morning, so I'm getting ready to go do that.
Okay. Since you're up so early, Sherry, the goth young teen that's doing third shift, is actually up here. She's got a Walkman on. She's kind of bopping around to something up, and she's just kind of cleaning up your common rooms. I think Chad made a mess. He probably vomited, but Sherry doesn't seem to mind. She's just cleaning things up, just kind of head banging a little bit to whatever she's listening to.
Give her a little, boop as I go by.
Yep. She gives you a thumbs up.
I just go downstairs and
Okay, this early, the cafe is already open. You can smell the coffee. There are some look like there's a couple of mechanics. It looks like they've got like the onesies on, right? The work onesies, sitting there loading up on coffee. Big tray of pancakes and sausages. There's like 4 of them already. There's four guys in here
Mhm.
loading up for work. The waitress, it's not Lacey. Lacey has a later shift. It's a new girl. She's probably in her late 40s, you think?
Mhm.
Way too much makeup. And it looks like she is one of these people that have the door-to-door, what was it called? Annie K's, maybe?
Oh, Mary Kay
Mary Kay,
or
yes, a
Avon.
subscriber,
It'd probably
a
be
very
Avon.
heavy subscriber to a door-to-door makeup.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she's cheery. She's got her work face on. You can see the smile is probably not genuine, but she nods at you, kind of points at the coffee cup.
Oh, when I get back from my run, absolutely.
All right. Her work being done, she stuffs a cigarette in her face, lights up
Yep.
as you hit the street.
I take a cigarette, put it in my mouth, and go for a jog.
Because everybody
Puff
did
it
that in the
away.
80s. As long as it's a slim cigarette, it's healthy.
It's a
Yeah, Virginia Slim. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, I tell you what. Why don't you? This is going to be an odd one. Go ahead and make me a dex check, please.
All right, so
You can,
that
if you've got
is-
athletics, if you've got,
I
if you've got basic athletics or even acrobatics.
I have basic athletics and I
Okay.
have parkour.
Just do the athletics, not the parkour. Just
All right, so that's a strength. So it's going to be that.
although I love that you have
plus-
parkour.
Yes. So I think I have a +1 athletics, which means I have the skill and then I have a bonus to it, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, it means it's a +2 to the D20 roll.
And then I have a +1 strength, which is so +3. So I rolled a
+3.
16.
All right, pretty good. The street, the tarmac, is actually more slick than you actually thought it would be. Like you see a little bit of frost on some of the glass panels, but then you hit the street and you start to get into your stride, and it's a little tricky keeping your feet under you as the black tarmac is awfully slick this morning. Much more than it looks like. There's a lot of parked cars around. Maybe those auto mechanics that are in there now, but doesn't look like they had any problem getting here. But you start your morning, you go off for a jog. I imagine Chad's not getting up until later, probably Lars as well, because that may be late for you, Lars, up past midnight.
Oh, I can go up to really late, but it's not a common thing.
Okay. Well,
if I get into the editing, movie mixing groove.
Miss News, you get your run in. It's a little bit, again, a little bit more cardio than expected because you had to spend a lot of effort to keep your feet under you and not slipping. What do you do? Like normally an hour, half hour?
Yeah, we'll do
until the first cigarette's done.
Yeah, I'll do like a half hour once I notice how slippery it is. So I'm just gonna like probably do like a brisk jog, and then we're gonna slow down after that half hour to just power walking.
Okay. As you're doing the power walk back, you're getting your hour in. A patrol car just kind of slowly paces you, and window rolls down, and there's a young man with like a very powerful chin, blue eyes, blonde hair. As the window comes down, he tips his hat at you and says, "Morning. You here with that documentary film crew I hearing about?"
Yes, sir, I am. Good morning to you.
Fake, what is your charisma? What's the actor's
My
score?
charisma is a 14.
Okay. Well, you sure are a sight for the town, I gotta say. We got us a lot of teenagers around these days, but not a lot of proper women. It's good to see one again. And he kind of gives you this charming, beautifully white smile.
Well, I'll be here for the winter, so we'll look forward to seeing each other.
He nods and again rolls that window up and he drives on. He's carefully driving.
I wave.
Yep. You didn't really say you were looking, so yeah, you didn't offer a name, and he just goes on. You get back just fine. There's a few more people in here now. There's some college age kids fueling up. There's some of them studying, got books out on the table. So this is around 8:30 or so when you get back. So I assume you shower and everything. By that time that's done, Lars, Chad, you're up and about. Again, you guys feel great. You haven't had this much good sleep in a very long time. Chad, usually you feel awful in the morning because, your liver is slowly dying.
Yeah.
A little faster every year.
It happens.
But this morning you feel great.
It happens. Well, hey, I don't remember much about last night. Something about a diary and some weird shit, but I just chalk it up to, well, that happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So everybody's awake now. Actually, let's say Richard's character is sleeping in. You try to wake him up, but he he throws the pillow at the door and then throws the shoe at the door. So you figure he doesn't want to get up. So you're all in your common room. What is itinerary? You've got some filming that you need to get onto, or at least work out where you want to film.
Yeah, we need to do a Ricky of the town, and I'll grab B-roll as we do this. So.
Oh, and you need to get a hold of a vehicle, if I remember right. You need a truck or something to get you into some of the places that you're going to need to go.
That's been suggested. And, we need to find out people to talk to, which someone was going to do. You guys were working that?
Yep, I was going to find the oldest person in town and get stories.
Okay. As the police officer kind of alluded to, there's not a lot of old people in town.
Oh. Well,
then we'll find the youngest person and make up stories.
Well, there was the new diner lady.
Yep. Looked like she's in her 40s.
I'm going to wait until it slows down a bit from the breakfast rush and offer her a smoke. Just a cigarette break?
Yeah. The car guy said that it was his uncle or father that did the car.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably he's older.
Okay, we could go see him too, yeah. I know this lady's up there.
No 40s is up there. Oh my God.
Listen, it's the 80s, okay?
Yeah, that's right. She probably looks 110. So it is busier by the time you all come down. And it looks like it's one of the best places for breakfast in town. I mean, just by looking at the crowd that's in here, and a lot of them are college age kids, maybe not really. Well, maybe some just out of high school or actually in high school, because this is the start of winter break. But it's hopping. But she seems to know everybody, knows already what they want. So everything is very smooth until she gets to your table, because you're all new. And again, that plastered fake smile on her face as she comes to your table. It's like, well, what it'll be, dear. I mean, you guys, we can do lunch, but we got a heck of a breakfast menu: bacon, sausage, all the flapjacks you'd want. We can do waffles too, but only those Eastern people like waffles.
Do you have any biscuits?
Of course, we got biscuits. You want buttermilk or you want plain?
Buttermilk, of course.
Okay. Bring you all a pot of coffee out. Will that be okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
You got biscuits and gravy?
Oh, of course.
And gravy?
You want shit on a shingle, or you just want the regular gravy?
Oh, it's the shit on shingle is the gray gravy, right? The country gravy?
It's a gravy that's got like, what is it called?
Like
beef chip beef in it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right.
America.
You guys are loaded down with all the carbs you can possibly want, and bacon, sausage, all that. Pot of coffee. She does get a break a little bit into it. It looks like everybody comes in, eats, and goes pretty quick. The people that you saw studying earlier already gone. So she's taking a break, and she breaks out the packet of cigarettes, puts one in her mouth, lights the second one, and just holds it in her hand as she's got this TV set going on. And as a newscaster talking about it being Possibly a light or possibly a miserable winter. They're not sure yet.
It's always how it goes, isn't it? I kind of just say that to her.
She nods, looks
Very
over
good.
to you, says, "The only job you can be wrong most of the time and still have a job."
It's true. So, what's the skinny on all the people here?
Oh man, well, it's winter break, so a lot of the kids are out and about, and of course the college is on break too. Most of these folks going to Aviation Hill, but you got some of them slower students. You got to take some classes over the winter. So we got a couple weeks here where they're going to have to do a little bit of work, having to go back to school a little bit, get them grades up so they can all go on to be doctors and lawyers and such.
We're I'm sure you know we're the group here that's doing the documentary over the winter.
I'd heard something about that, so that's you.
Yeah.
Do you have any skills in interpersonal, especially like any psychology skills? Is what I'm looking for.
I have investigation. That's pretty much it.
That's mostly a site, a
Yeah.
site specific. Do you have like interrogation? Do you
Nope.
have nothing?
I have knowledge psychology rank 3.
I want you to make a roll then, because you're all at the same table as fake news is talking.
If you're within 50 feet of me, you get a +1 to your skill check.
There you go.
Oh.
So what am I rolling here?
It's a D20 plus the stat that it belongs to. What skill are you using?
This is knowledge psychology.
Okay, you're saying so it's an intelligence base. So it's D20 plus your intelligence bonus, plus whatever you've got in psychology. Do you have it just the skill, or do you have a bonus to the skill?
I have a bonus to the skill. It's a plus. I've got rank 3, and I'm not sure if my bonus was supposed to.
You
go
can't
up.
have rank 3. You can't have a rank higher than your level.
Okay, so then I'm going rank 1, and I've got a +3 bonus.
Yep. Okay. So that's 3, 4, 5. Do you have an intelligence bonus?
My end is 12, so I don't think so.
So it's a +5 to your D20 roll.
Wow, is that all?
Yeah. He actually is making progress in his classes. He's paying attention, at least in this class.
Sometimes. Okay, let me get back to this, and here we go.
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, why am I not seeing that? Oh, because it's on this monitor over here. A 10. All right, 10's basic stuff. So the only thing that you pick up is that when she's talking about the kids, she seems almost a little sad, which is a little odd. Like she's it's not that she's being like derogatory toward them, and it's not that she dislikes them. It's just like there's this kind of sadness when she talks about the kids. It's just a small undertone, but you pick up on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so just here for the winter then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are you filming? I mean, we got some historic sites around here, of course.
Well, we're looking at doing we got a slot on a public access channel, and we're looking at doing like ghost stories and haunts and
public access. You know that Mr. Rogers? He's a nice man.
Oh, he seems wonderful.
I hear he's got some really nice tattoos.
Interesting.
She stares off for a bit, imagining all that she could be doing with Mr. Rogers right now. So what kind of things you trying to film?
Ghost stories, ghost haunts, like urban legends, myths, things. We heard that this area is ripe with opportunity for it. So
okay, so she drops the fake smile that she's been having this whole time, and she takes a really deep drag on her cigarette, and she says, well, there's a lot of awful history in these hills. I really hate that you can be digging into all that. It's stuff that make it so you never have a good night's sleep again once you start getting too much into it. My family's been here a long time.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. Most of us around here come from deep roots in the community. There was a little medical issue a few years ago that kind of culled out a lot of the oldest among us. That's why you see all these kids around.
A medical issue.
Yep, yep. And those that are left got to doing what humans do when you have a low population. So we got a lot of kids around, but not too much in the wisdom department anymore.
Was it like a sickness?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
I'm so sorry.
No matter. I'm sure you'll find yourself a lot of things to do around here. And she kind of looks at the counter for a minute, goes around, and like there's this little brochure stand, like of all the stuff that can be done in Bloodworth Hollow and the surrounding areas. And she pulls out a few, and she goes and rummages around in the back room for a minute and pulls out like a map. Comes down
Mm,
at the table. These are the usual tourist attractions that we used to have around here. It used to be really big during Halloween. We
mm,
used to have like a tour guide and everything, but people stop coming.
mm,
Chad, when she says people stop coming, again, and that kind of sadness creeps into her voice. It's just something about how she says it just piques you. The rest of you don't catch it.
mm,
Um, but here you go. This will help you out some. Now, there's a few folks that you might want to interview around here, but
mhm.
it's a little difficult. A lot of the old folks, those that did make it through, the disease that went around, they're now awfully afraid of too much contact.
Mm.
But
Well,
there's still some around.
any stories that you've experienced? Any?
Oh, you mean like old Dirty Hoof?
Oh, tell me more. Dirty Hoof.
Oh yeah, he's what you call our local cryptid. Is that the right word for a beast that may or may not be
Yes.
factual?
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, he's a little imp, a little devil who likes to romp around the mountains, the hollows of Bloodworth. He leaves behind these little cloven hoof prints that smoke and burn for several days.
Huh. Um,
So not too many years ago, my grandma used to say when when they made it illegal to drink and have alcohol around. We used to have a lot of people with stills out here. They do a little rum running. Well, Dirty Hoof he's said that he's got a thirsty, awful powerful thirst for alcohol, and he used to play hell amongst all them stills. Got to the point where you couldn't make any alcohol out there without Dirty Hoof showing up. So people started leaving around little offerings, little plates and bowls full of alcohol to keep them away from the stills. And so that's a that's a little thing that you might run into in the woods. You see a little bowl on the ground full of alcohol. That's for old Dirty Hoof.
uh,
Probably means someone's planting marijuana somewhere and he's trying to keep Dirty Hoof away from it.
ooh. Is it any good? Have
The
you had it
marijuana,
yet?
it's okay.
Yeah.
I've had better. I've been to New York.
Oh, how was it?
I got stabbed and mugged in the first 20 minutes, but the weed is good.
I usually find that weed is better if you're not stabbed and mugged. But
Well, I don't know. I mean, it took my mind right off the stabbing and mugging, I got to say.
so they took your money, but they didn't take your weed.
They left me some weed.
Oh, okay, that was nice of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, well.
New York in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh my god. As somebody who's grown up so close to New York City, the amount of stories that people would be like, if you don't get robbed in the first hour. that hit me.
I remember being in New York in the 80s. Yeah, that's pretty sketchy, man.
All I ask her then, I mean, you got a extra little mason jar of local moonshine that we could have if we go out into the woods?
Well, the
Just-
only thing we got some apple and pear moonshine right now that we do sell in little mason jars.
oh,
We'll
I'll
just add
take
it
a
to your
pear
tab. What you want?
one.
You want some pear?
Yeah.
Here you go, honey.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna open it and just like take a small sip. Just a taste.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Oh, it's like a Bellini, but it punches you. Okay.
We make it strong out here in the Hollis.
I tried the apple pie moonshine last night and it was to die for.
Oh yeah, that one's a little sweet. That one goes down a lot smoother.
But we'll keep this. I'm gonna write Pear Moonshine in my possessions.
I don't know what it was I had last night, but it made me stupid. It was pretty cool.
Oh, honey, I think that's just a you thing.
Oh.
She picks up your plate.
Bless your little heart.
Trying to figure out if that was an insult or not.
Are the mechanics still here?
No, this is the lull. Everyone's cleared out and gone. So you do have some older pamphlets of the area, like marking out some locations. A lot of it is like very touristy, but at one time, as she was saying, they used to run like a haunted house sort of thing where there would be places to visit that had historical markers and that sort of thing. And those are still marked on one of the older maps that they have.
Okay. All right. So I'll open it all up on the table that we're at, so Lars can look at stuff and just be like, I mean, you're the filmer. What do you think will be the best shot at this time of day?
We Ricky the whole place. Just sort of go around, see what's out there.
Yeah, just do a little recon. Okay. Yeah. Probably just get our bearings while we're here. One more question for you, sweetheart. Who's got the best barbecue in town?
Oh, now that's a fight to go down in legends. You see, you got yourself two main families here, and they both specialize in barbecue. Now, depending on what you like more, we'll tell you which clan will favor you a bit more around here.
Right. So, are you a sweet or a savory barbecue girl yourself?
Well, they're both a little savory. They're on the savory side. Now, you can definitely tell the difference between the Hoopers, and GM has lost the name of the second clan. So give me a second. Yeah, and I edited this book. All right, give me a second. It's the Hoopers and Lees. Hoopers and Lees. Now they both grow their own pigs, so the meat is prime on either side, but depending if you like it sweet and tangy or if you like it a little earthy and smoky. Myself, I prefer the Lees.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll keep your secret safe. No, I'm sure. I've already learned in the day we've been here is that, talking about barbecue preferences is very similar to talking about religion and politics. So,
you learn quick. All right. So you guys have a map of the immediate area. So close to you here, where the hotel, where this bed and breakfast is. The first thing that stands out on the map, the Halloween map, is the Long Rest Hotel. It is claimed to be a haunted house. You can actually see it as you're walking down the streets here. It's all boarded up, although the outside seems to have been kept fairly well and the grounds are kept well. But yeah, it's a majestic 3-floor hotel done up in honestly, I forget what kind of style that would be called. Maybe it was Gothic.
When it's
got the big gables and clapboard and like the long porches and that side of So it's there's no trespassing signs up and the windows are all boarded up, but it looks to be in good condition and the grounds are kept well, as I was saying. That's the closest site to you that's on the map. Now, other things around you, there's a pawn shop across the street here, Greeley's Pawn. See a barber shop. So facing north on the street, kind of like in the distance, you see like there's a factory that you don't think is in use anymore. Like you don't see the smokestacks, nothing's coming out of them. You don't see any cars parked on the lot. So there's just some old factory out there, abandoned factory of some sort. Marked on the map is also the beginning of the trail hub to get onto the Appalachian Trail for those that are into hiking. That is also used to be a big thing in town. Hikers would stop here to get food and rest up for their journey. Iron Chain Hardware, also pretty quick, pretty nearby. There's a veterinary shop, Lori's Pet and Vet, an antique store.
Okay.
So other things of interest on the map, there's the Rose Valley Trailer Park, just right outside of town. Of course, the Tin Man Shop, where you were told to go for a vehicle. Town Hall is more towards the center of town. There's a small park on the south end of town called the Twilight Park Trails. And there's a lot of farms, like on the outskirts of town, that just say like Lee Family Farm, Hooper Family Farm, that sort of thing. Let's see. Oh, there's a cemetery attached to the Roses and Wreath Church. That's a little bit further out of town as well, but it's marked on the Halloween trail map.
If there's an actual priest there, that'll be potential for.
And to the east out of town, marked on the Halloween map as the Camp Lost Fork. And there's just a small blurb there saying it's an abandoned summer camp. It was on a small island in Lee Creek. It's been deserted for the past 15 years after there were a lot of teens killed.
Oh. Okay. Lots and lots of things. This will be a full season worth of stories, it looks like. Alright, well, do we want to look into getting a truck first, or do we want to just go for a walk and get our bearings with the area?
Get the business stuff over with.
The truck?
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess we're gonna go to the what was that? The iron
Tin Man shop.
Tin Man shop.
Yeah, do you want to drive your van up there?
Yeah. Okay. Might as well. How far is it to walk?
Not too bad. It's a road right above the town. It kind of sits on like a precipice. It like kind of overlooks the town. Like you saw that big Tin Man made up of a bunch of cars as you were riding in. I mean, you could walk there a few miles.
Oh, we're driving.
Anything over a mile is driving.
Yep, driving.
All right.
Did anyone take any points in Pilot Basic?
Nope.
Yes.
Good.
Oh yeah, you did. Yep.
All right. So Chad knows how to drive. He's passed his driving test and everything. Tin Man shop. It's a mechanic shop that's got a small junkyard and a lot with cars for sale. There's a huge 30-foot Tin Man statue made from cars that stands right next to the building. Okay. You guys ride up and you don't see anyone. There's a gate that's kind of covering in the drive-in entrance. There's like a security hutch there, but no one's in it. But you do see a button attached to a speaker. Do you hold it in, or do you just push it once? Do you hold it in? You can hear over a speaker a dog just going in the background, and then eventually hear someone, I'm coming.
I let go. Sorry.
And then you hear on the speaker after a bit, what do you want?
We were told we could get a truck.
Uh-huh. Who told you can get a truck?
Was it Lacey?
No, it was the kid. I don't know if the kid gave me his name.
He didn't.
Oh. One of the younger kids in town. We're in town to do some filming, and they told us a truck would probably get us around better than our.
You're buying.
van.
You're buying. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Hold on a second. And the gate kind of starts moving out of the way slowly as some electronics are engaged.
Maybe renting. We don't have all that much money.
You drive in and you pass by the small yard where you see cars. There's a lot of vintage cars. Again, there's some modern ones, but the more modern ones actually look worse than the vintage cars do. They're in various stages of being repainted. Some repairs done to them, and of course, you've got stacks of old, just completely destroyed cars as well. And a gentleman comes out. He's wearing overalls and big leather boots and big leather gloves. He's got like a welder's mask on that he's kind of just flipped up over his head. He's got a cigar in his mouth. He's probably in his late 40s, maybe a very fit early 50s. Mike! Friends call me Iron Mike around here. What are you looking for? See anything that fits your fancy on my lot here?
I'll take a look around a little.
If you're looking for a truck, he's got some old Toyota trucks.
Does he have an old Datsun truck?
Sure, why not?
Yes! Those things are adorable.
But he's also got some vintage like 50s Chevy pickups too. The kind that underneath the hood there's enough room that you could actually sit in under the hood on like the bumper and work on the engine like right in next to it. That kind of size of like old classic Chevy. And those actually look to be in better condition. The Toyotas all have like like salt damage, a little bit of rust here and there. He's like, you looking at the new stuff? These are all recoveries left on the side of the road, that sort of thing. People just leave them in town, go missing, and I just grab the papers on them. It's all legal. He gives you the shifty dog eyes.
Wink.
But I guarantee they'll drive just fine. Now, you looking to buy? What's your budget like? These Toyota, these rice burners over here.
Well, we're only going to be here for the winter, so if there's like a renting situation where we can return it before we leave town, we could always do that. We just need something to get us
I can manage that. You give me a deposit, I'll return to you at the end just in case you make off with my car. And we'll just give you a rate for the whole winter, 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you pick something on the yard. Yeah, he actually opens up this box, which you thought for sure was like the electric box that go to all of these lamp posts that are strung up everywhere. But inside there are a bunch of keys. Oh. He's like, you just pick one, drive it around. And he kind of points to like a mud road to the side. And you can swear, like in the distance of this road, you see like there's like a little, like there's a dirt ramp, and there's like somebody has set up like an off-roading sort of course.
Oh, that might be fun. Okay.
Well, you all just pick out something you like. We'll make some decent terms for it. You give me, can you fellows afford $500 down as a deposit?
Richard's the one with the money, so I guess so.
Yeah, we'll just use his.
Well, if you can give me a $500 returnable deposit, you give me back my vehicle at the end of the 3 months and working well enough condition, give that back to you, and we'll say, how's $100 a month sound? So $300, $500 deposit.
Okay.
You make up your mind. You just go ahead and have some fun. All the keys are there. They're labeled. Key on the key ring there. It's got a number. Corresponds to the number on the car. I'm sure you intelligent folk can figure that out.
Okay.
You just hit the buzzer when you're ready. I got to get me some Mark Weldon done. And he flips the mask down and he trundles on off again, just kind of leaving you there. But he does leave behind this fierce looking poodle.
Baby.
That's actually its name. It's got a little smock that says baby on it.
Oh, baby.
Baby has a horrible bark. He's like,
what a cutie. All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm going to look at one of the older cars.
One of the Chevys. Okay. Yeah. You find
Like
the keys for it. Yeah, there's a cherry red one that looks like it's been freshly painted.
Any convertibles?
No convertibles.
We want something with a good suspension, because if we're going up and down hills, I don't want the camera shaking.
Let me check to see when something was made. I think this would be right around that time. Yeah, there's a DeLorean on the lot.
Oh.
Definitely not what you're looking for. But
No.
Chad, you see the gull wings are open. Looks like somebody was doing some work on the electricals.
Oh, come on, guys.
Now.
It's like that car from that movie that just came out with Michael J. Fox.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one yet. It was Back to the Past, or
Something like that, yeah.
yeah. I think we should still get a truck, something to chug up that hill.
I hear they're going to make another movie where they go into the future, the year 2015.
No way.
Yeah.
Like that'll ever happen. And then we'll land, we'll land on the moon or something.
Well,
Has anybody got any skills in larceny of any sort? I'm trying to remember what it was called in this game.
Electronics, I think. There's electronic.
No, this is all like shady stuff. Here we go.
There's street smarts. Subterfuge.
I think Richard might have been that one as our supplier.
Yeah, street smarts will do, or if you have any knowledge having to do with criminal activity, either one of those. Everybody's also you're also just more than able just to roll your just straight. It's just going to be an intelligence check, D20 intelligence, and if you have to have a skill like street smart or knowledge, you can add that to it. But otherwise, D20 plus your intelligence.
Well, I rolled an 18,
and that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, funniest thing there, fake news. All the serial numbers seem to be in some way obscured or ground off of every one of these cars.
Legal. Okay. Interesting.
Anyone else make a roll?
Yeah, I got pretty much the same.
Okay.
What are we rolling for?
Just to notice things, and if you happen to have like street smarts or a knowledge skill that has you hobnobbing with criminals.
Oh, nothing at all. Yeah.
You can, but everyone can roll a D20 and just add your intelligence bonus or intelligence modifier, I should say, if you've got a negative.
Nothing.
Yeah, you're just noticing the sweet rides. You don't notice anything. It all looks completely normal to you. So fake news notices that all the serial numbers are either obscured in some way, like some of the numbers are just conveniently scratched through, or there's rust on it just conveniently, or they've been filed down completely. Lars notices that just looking at some of the registrations that have been like scraped off, but bits of it are still around. These cars come from all over the place. Like, you've got some from New York. You got one here from Nevada. This one was from California. They're from all over.
Interesting.
These are going to die, and our truck's going to be here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, what do you got your heart set on? Fake, you said you tried out one of these old-time Chevys. Yeah, the suspension's a little hard, but they're up off the ground quite a bit, and they seem to be fine. They're built like tanks for sure. Okay for off-road, but there are some four-wheel drive vehicles here.
Ooh, let's look at four-wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One of them is probably straight out. It's a little sedan. It's got the wood paneled outside, and it's got a kind of like this back area where like you could actually camp back there. Like you could fit a sleeping bag and lay down flat in the back, but it's really low to the ground. So looking around, you find an old Jeep.
Ooh.
Not army surplus, like a civilian Jeep. Looks like somebody had spent some time putting better suspension on it. It's got a jerry can gas tank on the back. It looks pretty good for roughing it.
I like the Jeep. What do you guys think?
It's a Jeep Comanche. Actually, no, that's a 86. So a Cherokee. Yeah, there we go. Cherokees were really popular then. 4-door.
Do the doors come off?
Yeah, they're made so that you can pop them off so that you can go around without the side doors on. Exactly what you're thinking. Yeah.
That's 5 horsepower per door taken off. So.
Yeah, it's got a fair amount of room in the back. It'll seat 4 comfortably. And then you can have like another 2 in the back if you don't have a lot of gear, or you can have a decent amount of gear. It's also got the roll cage, so you can strap things to the top and to the sides if you needed to. And again, there's a jerry can already strapped to the back area. There is a spare tire as well, full size. I mean, it looks to be the best if you're really going to rough it. It won't be as comfortable as some, but
I kind of like the Jeep if we need to go off-roading a bit. A lot of these areas seem pretty abandoned for a while, so we might have to go on some rough roads, maybe, or make a road. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, Chad's the one with car knowledge.
Yes. He's out checking the DeLorean out, probably.
Yeah. As long as it runs, we can try to run.
All right.
Drive.
You grab the keys. Engine turns over very nicely.
Okay. I'll take.
You don't have any basic vehicle skill though, do you, Fake?
No, it's Chad that does.
All right. Well, you're still, you power it up. You see how it feels. You go to adjust the mirrors. Roll me a D100 and just say high or low. This is our own luck check. It's not
high, baby. Oh, and it's high.
Okay. You pull down, you actually pull it down just to check yourself out in the mirror, and you notice that when you do so, the piece of the pull down that to flip it down, it's a little thick. There's something very dense in there, and there's obviously something stuck inside of that little flap that comes down.
I'm gonna try and fiddle with it.
Okay. You fiddle with it a little bit, and you find that there's actually a secret compartment. It's got Velcro to make it look seamless, but you happen to put your hand right on it. So there's a little pocket there, a little hidden pocket.
Ooh, what's in it?
Pull it out. Looks like a badge of some kind. Oh, look at that. It says FBI.
Oh. I'm just holding it, and I just look at the others holding this FBI badge.
Chad walks over from drooling over the DeLorean. They've settled on a Jeep, Chad. And for some reason, Fake News is holding up an FBI badge.
Are you a cop, man?
No, this was in the mirror.
Oh, okay.
It was hidden in there.
Huh.
What's the badge say? Name or anything? Or
no, but it does have a badge identification number on it.
It better belong to Arthur Dales. That's what I say.
I'm gonna take down the badge number.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the badge? You gonna hang on to it, or are you gonna stick it back in that little hidden slot?
I'm gonna put it back in the hidden slot where I found it, and just smooth out the Velcro again. There you go.
All right. Well, Chad, somebody who absolutely has no idea how to run a car is sitting behind the steering wheel and has just turned over the engine. It sounds good, Chad. You're a little worried at the fact that Fake here, who can't drive, is behind the wheel right now, though.
You want to take it for a spin, Chad? I'll hop in the back.
Hell yeah.
I hop in the back.
Okay. So this one does have the full enclosure on it, although you can remove it so that you're just got the roll cage exposed. But it's all kitted out for winter now. All right, Chad, you want to take it off-road? There's a little trail that goes to like some kind of off-road ramp and some other stuff out back. Looks like it was made for motorcycles, but
I get excited, but I open the little window that's between the cab and the back. I'm like, hey, you care if I take this off-road?
No, just don't break anything. We haven't bought it yet.
Well, better make sure it doesn't break, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. You took it on back to the dirt road that he's pointing out. Yeah, it has jumps, it has ramps, and it also, by looking at the debris that's around, he must hold some kind of like demolition derby of some sort here every once in a while. Because there's wreckages of cars like everywhere. There's bits and pieces just of stuff just all over the track. So why don't you go ahead and make me a roll on your your pilot ground vehicle?
So that's D20 plus my piloting skill plus do I add any other bonuses?
Dude, well, how you've got a rank 1 in piloting. You have a plus to it as well?
I have it says +3 next to it.
Okay, so that's 4 points. It's +4 to your roll. Plus whatever you have under Dex.
Oh shit. So that's +7.
Wow.
+1 for being near me.
Okay, here we go. Not bad.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Jeep handles really well. You don't wreck it, you don't roll it over. It's the shocks are a little tight, so it's not pleasant when you go over like jumps and start off-roading a little bit, but it certainly can take it. Right. It's just not comfortable inside when you do it.
Okay. All right.
How do you have +3 for pilot?
I don't know.
He might have been he got extra points for being a student. He might have put him in there.
No.
We'll look at it later. Don't want to do it.
I did get extra points for being a student. That's probably what it's from. I don't remember.
Yeah, but there's a limit to what you can put in the ranks to your level, so you kind of.
Well, yeah, I've only got rank 1.
Yeah. You can have a bunch of pluses. You just can't have more than rank 1 at your you can't have a higher rank than your level.
I don't understand those skills, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
All right. Yeah, it seems fine. With all the rattling around, though, Lars, make me a Dex check.
No. Do that. +1. 12, yeah, so medium.
Okay. You get struck on the head by something that falls out of the top of the roll cage. Roll a D4.
Oh, well, and we did. 2.
Okay, it hits you really hard in the head. You're even bleeding a little bit. It lands on your lap. It's a gun.
Ooh. So do I take 2 hit points? Is that what it is?
Yes. Okay. Take 2 hit points of damage from being butt stroked by a gun that just fell out of the roofing of the Jeep.
Can I look?
Hide it. Let's keep it.
Can I look at that gun?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about no guns.
I'm trained in ranged weapons, so I'm going to take a look at it. How is it compared to the gun that I have? I have a pistol.
Well, 1, it's government issue. 2, the handle is covered in dried blood. Not the fresh blood that's leaking out of Lars's head right now.
Oh. Okay.
And ejecting the clip, about half the rounds have been fired. Not recently. You don't smell cordite on it, but half the rounds are missing.
Okay. Interesting. Well, if either one of you want to hold on to this, I already have a gun. Fun fact.
No one knew.
Yeah. Girl's got to protect herself. I'm gonna get that Mothman.
Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
Maybe not you.
I don't really understand why.
Yeah, as you drink. All right.
All right. So the Jeep performs just fine, but apparently, FBI agent stashed his badge and a bloody gun in here for some reason.
You know what? I want to investigate more of this Jeep, see if I can find anything else in this.
Okay, so you park and you want to take a good once over?
Yeah.
Okay. This would be investigation. Anyone else that has investigation can help just by saying you help.
Please help.
Anyone else have investigation?
Investigate. Oh, actually, I have investigation.
Yeah, you might want to roll 2. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, go ahead and do the roll.
My total roll would be a 6 with Jameis's +1.
Yeah, I'm not much better.
Wow. Okay.
We find a car and we're lucky we find that.
No, you don't find anything else hidden anywhere. You do though find it has recently been painted.
Okay. All right.
You were taking a good look. You were looking under it and everything until you noticed that there's still a little bit of wet paint. So it has been recently repainted.
Okay. Probably to cover all the rest of the blood. Are there blood stains in any of the seats or anything?
No, but with Jeeps like this, the seats are made to be, you can pull them out and just hose them down.
Okay.
So it is very clean inside. So somebody's cleaned it out.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you like how this drives, we'll take this one off his hands, I guess.
All right. So you buzz them in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that's a new one. Yeah, that's fine. You bring me a bank check, or you give me a $500 down, and we'll call it $100 a month, so another $300 for the rental. You'll get your $100 back at the end of this. If you like, you can just go down to the bank. You talk to Chester there, and you tell him it's a deposit, and he can be an impartial third party to hold it if you want. That's just fine too. But $300 today, and you can have it for the next 3 months.
And we'll have a receipt for this?
Well, you can get a receipt for that $500 from Chester, and like I said, if you want him to hold it as a third party, that's fine. I'll write you out a receipt for these 3 months. Yes. I'm sorry. What was that?
I was actually talking from you.
Oh, for me. Well, yeah. We'll write out a contract. $500 deposit, and assuming you bring it back to me in a drivable condition, you can have that back. And $100 a month, 3 months. I'll go write that out.
Okay. We will be back with the money. I guess we'll go talk to the banker.
Anybody got $300 on them right now?
I have.
If so, you can take it off the lot, and then you just talk to Chester, and I'll check back with him at the end of the day.
Why don't you get that contract brought up, and I'll give you the $300.
All right. He wanders away, and it doesn't take him long. And he comes back, and he gives you 3 printed out pages on the old the daisy wheel printers.
Yeah.
It's got the little roll things on the edges. He tears them off and hands them to you. And it's just as he said, $500 down, and so he's not asking that the Jeep be returned in like pristine condition or anything. It's just like it's got to be functional.
All right.
He's expecting you're going to take it off road. There's going to be some damage to it. He's fine with it as long as it's functional. And $300 will get you through the winter. He's got an exact date, which hand wave that is,
It won't matter. We'll be dead long before that happens.
And
All
if you give him 300, you can just go ahead and take it off the lot. He said there's a full tank of gas in it, and the jerry can in the back's full too.
All right. I'll give him the 300.
Mhm.
And
Sign the contract. He signs it and gives you your copies.
all right.
Okay, if we don't have the school, we can still drive the car, though, right? It just don't put us in any pressure where we need to actually roll
Right. If you just need to drive it on a normal street without anything happening around you, you can just do it. You only have to make the roll if it's exceptional circumstance.
Yeah. Because otherwise we can't get the truck and the car back.
Yep. It does mean that you may not know all the rules of the road, however, but you can certainly get the vehicle from point A to point B. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, so the college student does get +1 to piloting basic, and you can select up to 4 other skills. So you might have done it that way.
Yeah.
Just look over your math afterwards. All right. Where to? You've got a Jeep. You were asked to drop off a $500 deposit to the bank sometime before the end of the day. Make it all official.
Yeah. I assume Richard's character has the money because he's the pusher. So.
Why does the pusher have all the money, huh?
So he's the one pushing everyone to give him money for drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something to him later about getting some of that 300 back.
It seems like a bad form to have the party's thief hold on to your money. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we're not always that smart.
No,
He's not a thief. He's a professor.
He's the professor.
You can tell by the tweed patches on his leather jacket.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, what do you guys want to do? You guys got up a little later, so it's a little bit afternoon.
Okay.
You've got some locations to check into. You don't have any names other than the 2 oldest families in town are the Lees and the Hoopers. And if she's to be believed, a lot of people are kin to either the Lees or the Hoopers here.
I keep thinking of the Lee and parents now.
It's that kind of party.
At least it isn't the Hatfields and the McCoys.
I guess we should first go to the bank and drop off the deposit.
Yeah.
The professor's still taking a nap, but he throws a wad of cash at you.
Hell yeah.
Tells you to bring him back a bagel with a smear.
All right. Then, what do we want to do? We want to just go for a ride in the Jeep and get like a good little panorama.
Yeah, take the camera out. So now we've got a Jeep. We can.
Yeah.
I have just the one camera.
What's that?
I have just the one camera.
You've got one really good camera, and then you've got a backup camera. And if I remember right, you've got extra batteries for it because the batteries only last for like an hour.
Yeah. What I want to do is spend some time actually making a rig that I can attach to the Jeep to make it smoother.
Oh yeah, you want to make like a little what do they call it? Gimlet that kind of
yeah. One of them.
Okay, you got any skill at engineering such a thing?
I've got electronics because there's no actual.
Probably mechanics actually, because this would be a mechanical contraption. Do you have that?
I've got home brewing. Does that help?
Only if you're making him alcohol to make this easier.
Might as well.
Oh, look at that. There's a mechanics skill.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Mechanics would be the way to do it.
Nope.
Don't have it? You can still make the roll. It's intelligence based, just no bonuses to it.
My int no good. My no int good.
I'll give you a +1 to it just because you do have a bunch of random gear back there that might have been useful.
Okay, that negates my standard negative bonus then.
Okay. Yeah, well, give us a roll.
I'll roll 2. Why not?
There.
Okay.
Sticks it on,
You rig
sticks a rubber
something.
bands on it and just sort of bounces up and down.
It's not really a steady cam, but it's a less jumpy cam. So you rig something. It's just not going to be as steady as you wanted it. But you do rig something.
Okay. We can come back to that later.
And I assume you make it so you can quickly disconnect the camera. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably half the reason why it doesn't do good, because it's trying to follow the different functions at once, so it's not good at any of them.
Okay. So you spend an hour or so rigging this up on the Jeep so that you can get some moving shots.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we'll take some. We'll probably have lunch and then.
Yeah. Okay.
And then go for a drive with the camera with that 1500 batteries, because we've got to swap them out, and 1000 rolls of film. Because they're like 5 minutes each.
All right, so you get your B-roll of basically the town. Okay. I don't know, maybe fake news is narrating some of the stuff off the brochure just to get your B-roll, just like stuff that you can have as background.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, why don't you give me a roll to see how well this footage comes out? Okay. And this will be your knowledge skill for filmmaking or your filmmaking ability.
Yep. So that's now, if I've got 1 rank and +3, is that +4 in total?
That is +4, right?
Okay.
The rank just opens the skill so that you're not negatives at doing it. Then every other point that's thrown into it is a plus.
Right.
The ranks only really matter for a few skills because there's thresholds. Like if you have a rank 3 in a particular skill, it gives you something. But most skills, the ranks really don't do anything other than give you a bonus.
Ooh, 18.
Okay, you get some fantastic B-roll, but let's see how fake news does in the narration part of it. Now you get a bonus.
Right.
Yeah.
You get a +1 bonus.
I think you get more than that.
This will be performance, by the way, fake news.
Any performance check done within 50 feet of me gets done at +2.
Okay.
And you also get +1 because I'm level 2 filmmaker. So you're at a +3.
And so you got a +3 on top of what you have for performance.
Which is charisma.
Performance is based on charisma.
All right, so it's +4 total because I'm not trained in performance.
Okay.
So
you're not trained in performance. You're the face.
14.
So 14's pretty good. I'm going to say what it is
you're not that good.
What I'm going to say is actually it's the bumpiness of the ride is what makes it not as smooth as it could be, but it's fine. It's workable. You get some good roll.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Chad's driving. I want you to make me a drive check here, Chad, as something in the outskirts of the town jumps out in front of your car. And you have to do something quickly to either avoid it or run over it.
All right.
Your choice.
So I'm making a piloting check.
Yep. It's piloting basic is what it should fall under.
Yep. And I get a +7 to this.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
24.
Wow. Okay, do you want to avoid it or do you want to run it over? Because to you, it looks like a spider the size of a large dog.
Yeah, I'm going to run that over.
Okay. Everyone else in the car who doesn't see it definitely feels that Chad just ran over something. There's blood that splatters the windshield, a lot of it. And you feel like you're dragging something underneath the car for a few blocks before it falls off, Chad.
Is the blood red?
Not really. It's kind of it's reddish green. It looks disgusting. Now, no one else saw this other than Chad. Right. And Chad, I want you to make me a courage save. You successfully ran into it, but let's have the courage save.
Okay.
And apparently you didn't bother stopping after you ran it over. You just went,
Yep.
I'm trying to roll at or over my save, right?
Under.
Okay, and just D20.
Yep.
Yes, I did roll under it. I have a
Okay.
courage of 9.
Nerves of iron. You're pretty sure of what you saw, you guess. Didn't freak you out in the least. But now your Jeep is covered in some kind of reddish green ichor.
Sorry
Well,
about that.
You said it was like dragging under the.
For a little bit before it freed itself because Chad didn't stop. He just kept going.
So we can like hear it under the car. Like,
Yep.
Hear
I'm
it,
gonna-
probably feel it too.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn and look behind the car.
Okay.
Till it comes
Chad's
loose.
gone fast enough that you see something that's just left a bloody streak that your car just dropped out behind it. You can't really make it out. You think it's a dog.
Oh my god! I think you hit a dog.
No, it was a big weird spider monster.
What?
That's not better.
Wait, go back. Go back. I want to.
Yeah, it was some weird spider thing, and
Yeah,
it's like
turn around.
If you see one, you have to like kill it.
Turn around and get to it. We can get a shot of it.
Chad knows what's up.
Yeah, I'll turn around and go back.
Okay. You turn around and go back. There's something lying in the street, not moving.
There it is.
You got to get a little closer to figure out what it is there, fake news, because all it looks to you like something with limbs that are all broken up and it's just oozing this unpleasant looking blood. It actually smells awful too.
Oh. Well, I don't want to get closer to it. You have the camera.
Yeah, and it's attached to the car at the moment. Can't get out, sorry.
Can we just can we drive by it and get a shot with the camera?
I'll get up close to it.
Okay. Chad drives by. Do you want it to drive him to drive by so that your door is on the side looking at it?
Whatever side the camera's facing.
It's fine. I just want to know if you're taking a better look at it or not.
Yeah.
Make me a courage save.
I pass.
Okay. It definitely has spider traits in that it has 8 legs. It had a really swollen abdomen that seems to have burst on the pavement, and you see little spiders just crawling out of the body as the body deflates.
Can we set it on fire?
Well, you're near the end of like the street into the town, so there's not a lot of buildings around you, but you are still in town.
And I'm sure.
On the other hand, you do have a gas tank full of gas strapped to the back of your car.
Well, I'm sure whatever I'm drinking is flammable.
Are you drinking and driving?
Yeah, of course.
It's
Good
the
to
80s.
know. Good to know. It was still illegal in the 80s.
Yeah, but everybody did it. So it's.
So yeah, it's not pleasant looking. But you are kind of like in the deep wooded area here. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is a natural thing.
Yeah. And by the end of the day, it'll be on someone's dinner table.
Could be.
This is kind of fucked
We'll
up.
get a good shot with the camera for it.
Yeah, you ran by it a few times, got it on the camera.
All right. Well, it's dead. Let's get out of here.
All right, so Chad, are you burning it or are you just gonna leave it?
Yeah, we're gonna burn it. I don't like all that shit crawling around.
Well, Chad, you hop out of the car and you're immediately swarmed by these smaller spiders.
Oh.
All right. You've already made a courage save, so this is not something that's bothering you really at all. Just tell me what you're trying to do to keep from being covered by them. Like they start to head a path towards you. They try to get into your pant legs. They try to crawl up your leg. What do you want to do?
I don't know. My first thought was stop, drop, and roll.
You want to roll through the spiders, okay? That gives them better access into your clothing. All right, here's how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to roll an attack roll against you.
All right.
Okay.
For Probably not.
All right, no, you roll like you are trying to put out a fire, so you end up smashing and crushing a bunch of these bugs. And while they do try and crawl on you, you're rolling around so much that you're just smashing through them. The thing about it that the rest of you are noticing is these little bitty bugs sure do make a big old mess when they're squished. More of this reddish green ichor. It's just covering Chad now.
Oh God, and the smell.
It smells awful. It smells like vomit.
Oh.
Chad, you're doing this like so just actively that nothing's actually bitten you, but you are covered in this kind of slimy ichor. By the time you stopped, the rest of the spiders had just scuttled on elsewhere, and you seem to have gotten by without being bitten, but you are covered in this goop. And it does smell awful.
Hey guys, why don't I ride in the back and y'all ride up front?
Yeah.
We're like
That's
right
fine.
outside town. You're just walking. You're walking. Don't get back in this Jeep. Oh.
Come on, man.
Well, you can air the Jeep out. You can take the shell off.
No, that's fair. You know what? All right, yeah, we'll air it out. You just get back into town.
My question though is, Chad, do you finish burning it or do you just give up on that now that you're covered in crap?
I'm probably gonna forget to finish burning it.
Okay.
And I'm pretty taken aback by this.
Okay. You just go back to town then and try and take a shower?
Yes, and change clothes.
Okay.
And put those clothes in like a sealed trash bag or something.
Do you go through the bed and breakfast or do you just go up the outside stairs?
Up the outside stairs.
Okay, no problem then. You clean off. I do want you to make me a poison save, please.
All right. Let's see this. Poison. I'm trying
Under.
to less than. Yeah, no, that did not.
Okay, it's fine. You check yourself over. Nothing bit you, but where that stuff kind of touched your skin, you are kind of reddish, like you got a sunburn there after it's all washed off.
Okay.
So whatever it is, your skin reacted to it. So it's not painful. It just looks like you got a sunburn wherever the stuff was on your body.
All right.
What are the rest of you doing while Chad bathes off there? So again, I will mention that you either need to find some folks to talk to about the legends or just start heading into some of the locations that are marked for getting your footage.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Go ahead.
We've seen some people here coming at the cafe. Is everyone basically young, or is it any old people come to the cafe at all?
The oldest people you've seen so far, they're like the waitress, probably in her 40s, is the oldest person you've seen in there so far. Which would put her younger than any of the events that, other than the busload of cheerleaders and ball players that disappeared recently, it would put her younger than any of the other events that have happened in town. The disappearing bus was like not that long ago. It was just a few years ago.
I want to ask her, you guys got like a spider problem?
Lacey is actually on duty now by the time you came in. She's the first one you talked to.
Lacey.
Are you talking about them big dog-sized spiders?
Yes! Yes!
Oh, yeah. They're occasionally you'll see them. They're very rare.
What the hell is that?
I have no idea. Got no idea on this God's green earth. It's just something that's out in the woods. And occasionally you'll see them, but it's no one's seen one in a while. You must be special.
Oh my God!
That's a heck of a sunburn you got there, sir.
Yeah, just can't stay out of the sun.
Oh yeah, this precious little bit gonna be left going into the winter season here. So I guess that's all. Yeah, can I get you something for it? We probably got some lotion or something back here.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks.
We don't have a proper hospital in town. You got to go up to Aviation Hill for that. But you can stop by the vet clinic. I mean, she is a vet, but for little things, she can still help you out.
Uh,
But she finds some like antiseptic cream.
Does the vet know anything about the big ass spiders?
Well, I reckon every once in a while, somebody's pet gets bitten by those things. I guess I would imagine they're really uncommon.
We should go talk to the vet, maybe, because I'm
This
looking
might
at
be
that.
There was some muckety mucks up from college in Aviation Hill came out to do some research on that a couple of years back.
Mm. What
Yeah, they
happened?
weren't heard from again. They didn't make it back. Something happened out in the woods. It is dangerous in the woods.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't think that's like some Australia shit.
Well, we got them feral hogs. That's where all that barbecue comes from. Sometimes you eat the barbecue. Sometimes the barbecue eats you. It's only fair.
30 to 50 feral hogs.
30 to 50 feral hogs. So you got about 3 to 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, fake is like just.
Hey, Chad, make that
visibly shaken
poison
up.
save for me again. You got some
Okay.
antibiotic there. You can make that save again.
all right.
This might be well.
There we go.
Probably wouldn't.
Did you make
that's
it?
better. Yeah.
Yep.
He did.
Okay. All right.
Well, I wouldn't say that would be a good pilot episode. This could definitely be one of the episodes that you want to put into your show. It's like a filler episode about giant spider things. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a draw card.
Well, it's on film, so we can get some.
Not
maybe
really.
View the
It'd be
vet.
better than that.
Actually, you haven't checked the film yet. Do you want to go and check the film since you're back here with all your editing equipment up in the room?
Yeah. Need to start looking at the film and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Since you didn't roll well on getting the camera mounted, but it wasn't mounted there, I'll tell you what. Just make me a luck check.
Yeah.
It's high or low, and roll your D100.
Got to set up all these things. High, baby. Barely high.
Okay. Yes, you caught it on film right before Chad ran it over. Unfortunately, on the film, you really can't tell that it's a spider. It really looks like a dog.
Yeah, that's a C roll at best. We need to get better footage for it.
What about when we drove by it after?
You've got a bloody mess that maybe has more legs than a dog. Maybe is just broken bits of a dog.
It's not good. You need to have proper things of these things moving around and stuff. And that's just not it's a filler episode. We can do it, but I need better than this.
I don't know.
So back at the editing suite, Lars will put together like a little bit of roll from that. Maybe change the perspective a little bit by shadowing it out and saying it's unknown, make it look less like a dog. But yeah, you can get something from it.
While he does that, then I'm gonna take Chad over to the vet.
Okay. Chad, you're actually doing better. The cream made it not quite so intense. The skin is like a little. It feels a little. How to put it? Like nerveless. Like you can't feel the skin. Like when you put your fingers on it, you can't feel pressure there. Almost like it's been numbed. Like an heck, what is it called? Like when the doctor shoots you up at the dentist with like Novocaine or something like that. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay. Like you can't feel the skin when you touch it.
Anesthetized.
Yeah, that's the word. So you want to take Chad over? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You've been penalized, son.
You walk in, and there is some Maury Povich on the television as she's watching her her fake news on the TV. She's just kind of sitting in a leather chair. Doesn't look like she's got anything she's working on. Youngish woman in her 20s.
Hmm.
She sees you two coming in and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes. How much have you dealt with the giant spiders?
Oh, somebody get a spider bite, and then she looks over at Chad. Oh, one of
Yeah.
those. Okay, well, it looks like you got something on it already. That's good. That's good. Could you have a seat over here and let me get a better look at this?
All right. I'll go sit down.
Okay. Well, it's good that you got something on this within a few hours. I'm taking. How long ago was this?
Like
Um,
20 minutes ago? I'm assuming you shower quick.
yes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Well, in short, this is digestive juices. It was on your skin there. If you left it on you or not gotten it treated, it would have just eaten holes through your face. You got covered in it. It looks like.
Now,
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're gonna lose a layer of skin just like you would to a bad sunburn, but you got it off in time. No, that's good. That's good. You didn't get bit, did you?
no,
Okay. You sure?
I'm absolute positive.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. You'd be dead by tomorrow.
Well, it's good
Oh,
I didn't get bit.
tomorrow?
Yeah. It just digests everything from the inside out. Just liquefies all your organs.
Oh my god.
It's pretty nasty.
Is there like an anti-venom or?
Well, blood transfusion. We'd have to send you up to Aviation Hill for that, but given how far that is, you'd probably die before you got there, or at least you'd lose enough of your organs that you wouldn't have a great life.
Oh my gosh.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No, it's pretty rare. It's happened a few times since I've been here, though. Katie Johnson, nice to meet you.
Katie, I'm fake news.
I'm Chad.
She looks over at the television, looks over at you, says, "That's a very Hollywooded up name."
Oh, it's family name.
Oh, okay. Well, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You got it all cleaned off. It looks like you got some cream on it. Like I said, you're gonna peel like you got a sunburn in the next day or two. That layer of skin just died. But it didn't get too far in. And she's poking and prodding you while she's saying this.
So, do you deal with those a lot?
No, like I said, once or twice since I've been here. I've only been here a few years.
Mm.
Usually it's some farmer out doing whatever they do out in the forest. I guess it's marijuana these days. It used to be moonshine. I guess they still do it, but it's kind of legal now. They, these things would bite their horse, the cow, or sometimes an unfortunate farmer and come in. I mean, I knew about it. The vet that was here before me left some pretty copious notes on it. No one's ever successfully gotten more than a blurry picture of them, though.
Mm. You said the previous vet left notes?
Yeah.
Could I
Make
see them?
me a charisma check, and if you've got any kind of persuasion or any kind of talk nice to someone skill.
I rolled a
You're the face, Dion.
I rolled a 16 total. I am not the face. That's the thing. Richard's the face.
I guess you can see it. Are you that film crew in town?
We are, yes.
Well, you're gonna love this.
Um,
She goes to the back office and she brings out this big, like a hat box, like an old time hat box. She opens it and she pulls out this dusty leather tome.
Oh.
It's just like, yeah. This was in the office when I got here, and they told me that a vet that used to work out of here, that this went back through the family line several generations. Beginning parts of it are in old English, and slowly over time it gets into modern English. But this thing here is an antique. And
Now,
she proudly puts it on the table.
this is where I shine, actually.
Mhm.
I have knowledge occult and knowledge paranormal.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to roll on this.
If either If any of you have either of those, paranormal or occult, you can roll it.
Unfortunately, this involves knowledge bunking.
So I get a +1 from Jameis, right?
I'm not there. I'm in the editing bay.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
not
you're
there.
editing.
You
Okay,
got to
so
be
I
close to
don't
him
get a
for that to work.
+1, but I do get a +4 because I
Okay.
have the skill and I have +3 bonus.
Okay.
So I don't know if paranormal or occult is better, but it's gonna
You
be
can roll them both if you have them both because it'll give you different information.
all right. So I'll go in order. So paranormal is gonna be a 19 total, and then
Okay.
occult is gonna be an 11.
Okay. So paranormal was a 19.
Yeah.
Okay. The leather skin of the book, you don't think it's not normal. It's from something not of this. Yeah. So you're paranormal because you're the final girl is also kind of a sense of things as well. It's not human skin, but it's something that maybe cryptid skin of some sort.
Okay.
Right? So that's what that tells you. How about Chad? Does Chad have paranormal or occult?
No,
Okay, so wow.
not at
Okay.
all.
And what was your actual occult roll?
My occult roll came to an 11.
An 11. Not good enough for you to interpret everything, but the earliest entries that are in Old English very much resemble like alchemical formulas.
Okay. All right.
But not a good enough roll for you to figure out what they are for.
And then for a lot of the knowledge in the book for like medical stuff, I have a first aid skill. Would that help me to
The later portions are honest to goodness, like this is a drug for this sort of thing. Like originally it was like, take the bark of this plant, which is like, oh, that's how they make aspirin originally. And yeah, that all makes sense. But the earliest parts actually used like symbols of astrology symbols. You've seen alchemical symbology before. Just it's not something you've studied, but you've seen it. And there's a lot of it in the earlier chapters.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, so she's earmarked a few sections. And so the section on the spiders is in the Old English section. There's kind of a rough hand drawing. Chad, it is kind of what you saw. It's just a large 8-legged spider with short hair covering it. That's what you saw. Yeah, and it just goes into, it shows more graphic pictures of somebody being dissolved from the inside out as they're spewing their organs out of their nose and mouth as it liquefies.
I'm feeling a little less certain about my decision to roll through them.
Right.
Yeah.
And the cure is basically showing somebody being scrubbed with lye and soap in a vat just to get it off of them.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see here, the bite says it's fatal. Of course, we got methods of transfusing blood these days, so it's not necessarily fatal anymore if you can, get to a donor fast enough.
I make a mental note to burn that trash bag with my clothes in it when I get back to the hotel.
All right.
I'm surprised you didn't do that straight away.
Yeah. Does fake news have like a camera? I forget if you had a camera.
No.
Okay. So yeah. So unfortunately you can't get pictures of the book.
Could we come back later and get pictures of this book?
Oh, sure. If you wouldn't mind getting some pictures of the outside, kind of get my shop name in your frame, that'd be great. A little bit of advertising.
Absolutely. We'd do a little B-roll segment on it.
Oh, nice.
We'd definitely have you for the show. While we have you here, any weird things that you've dealt with in the couple of years you've been here beyond the spiders?
Well, no, it's just been slow the last couple of months. A lot of people's pets have gone missing. When they do turn up, of course, they need a little bit of care, but they've not been turning up a lot lately. Just a lot of pets going, especially farm dogs.
And what happens to the ones that did show up?
Oh, just the usual: snake bite, starvation, dehydrated a bit, like they got lost. Nothing special. Of course, the stray cat population is huge. I've been trying. I got a catch and release program. If you can bring me in some strays, I'll fix them so they don't, keep breeding out there.
Oh.
Population's just exploded lately.
Hmm.
You don't see them so much during the day, but at night I hear they're crawling all over the tops of roofs in the town, and they're all over the alleyways.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what brought you out here?
Oh, I went to college at Aviation Hill. I just kind of stayed around.
Okay. Okay.
Chad, you're there, right?
Yes.
You are the one who had psychology, right?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you roll that?
All right. Yeah, this is a +3. Money.
20. She's lying. Just a bold-faced lie that she stayed here after college.
Are you sure? Because I could have sworn I remember seeing you.
Oh, well, I mean, if you were on the campus at Aviation Hill, yeah, I did my undergrad there and I got my vet's license there. I mean, I was there for quite a while.
Yeah, but I mean, are you sure you came back? Because something's telling me you didn't.
Have you been caught already?
Caught?
Oh, no, nothing. No, the town just has a way of, just getting its hooks into you. It makes it real hard to leave. It happens to some folks. Just real hard to leave.
Can I? What's the role for me to piece together that and the fact that we got lost for a while?
Nah, there's no role for that. You can think. Your character can think whatever they want to think.
Yeah. Just be like, well, on the way here, we kind of got lost for a while. Felt
Oh,
like we kept driving around in circles before we finally found the place.
all right. So Chad, you don't have to roll, but she just gets kind of this quick look of almost pity on her face. It's just like, oh, well, the place might already got its hooks into you. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Can you elaborate on that?
No, not really. It's this place has just got a mind of its own. It's like it's a living thing, and sometimes it plays favorites for people. You know how it is. You have your intentions of leaving, and then just things don't work out, and you're just kind of stuck. Just stuck.
Hmm.
You did mention from on the thing, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys can come back later, camera, if you want. But I think I'm starting to get a headache. If you don't mind, it's I'm gonna take an early dinner. I'm here late usually. I like to stay open after nightfall. There's a lot of time injured pets. It happens right around nightfall. Lots of snake bites around here. So I'm open late. If you want to come back this evening, you go right ahead.
All right. Well, we're staying, right across the way over at the bed and breakfast hotel cafe thing.
No, a Taste of Bloodworth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah.
By the way, before we leave, who has the best barbecue in town?
Oh, I don't eat the barbecue in this town. I'm a vegetarian.
Oh. Is that personal choice?
Chad, I'm going to let you ride on that roll that you made earlier. She's half lying here.
Okay.
It's like, I'm a vegetarian. Seems to be true. No, a lot of people get a taste for the Lees or the Hoopers. I just like to stay out of that. It's almost like a political decision in this town. Yeah, I just like to avoid it.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
All right. So we'll pause there and say, Lars, what are you going to do this time? You've successfully put together, a decent amount of B-roll. It's the bumpiness of the ride actually kind of plays into what you've gotten down. You put like a nice little soundtrack to it. It looks good. Looks good.
I'm going to need a lot of that if we're going to use it to fill out all the episodes, though.
Give me just a second, guys.
Did we get any footage of me running over the spider?
Yeah, but it looks like you ran over a dog.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, PETA would be on our ass so quick.
If it just happened too quickly to really get in frame properly.
All right. While you're in your editing bay, and of course you've got most of the lights down because you got to focus on the screen a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
You hear someone like very conversationally tell you, "Oh, that looks good," but you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
What do you mean?
You're not there. This is for Lars. Yeah.
Oh, it's for Lars. Okay.
Hey, I got to put this together somehow.
Yeah. There's a man dressed in a black suit behind you. He's bleeding all over his right arm. It looks like he's missing a few fingers. He's got sunglasses on with the left lens is kind of shattered out. You're just talking to a guy. Like he was here the whole time over your shoulder, just giving you advice on, put the tire squeal in right here. Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
It's very casual. Like you're not even thinking about the fact of why is there this guy in my room? Why is he bleeding? Why does he? It just completely escapes your mind.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, hey, highlight the legs there so that you can clearly see there's more than 4 legs. Yeah, like that. Just like that. Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. I really hope you guys don't draw attention too much, though. I'd like to see this get out. I really would. Cigarette?
Oh, not when I'm working.
Oh, yeah. It might mess up the film. Yeah, good enough. I'll just leave it here for later.
All right.
And then he's just gone. Yeah, you don't even think about it. He's just gone. When you do get up from your editing, like you were in that zone, you got everything perfect, just the way you like it. The equipment is not great, but it's good enough. You've worked with less when you were in school. And you reach down, you pick up a Marlboro cigarette that's got just a little bit of a blood dot on the end of it, like a little drip of blood. You pick up an old brass Zippo, and it's not until you've lit it and you've taken that puff that you realize what's just happened here. Now it kind of like, oh, that was freaky. Go ahead and make me that save.
This is
a courage save. Yeah.
All right. This will be my first courage roll. Fail.
You fail it. Okay. Well, this will be fun.
Yeah, I could use, just note, the survival points are there if I really wanted to re-roll that to make that save.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what the hell is going to happen, so I'm just going to roll with them and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because what the hell? We're supposed to die, damn it. I want to get on with dying.
Roll me a d20. And how much did you fail it by?
3.
Add 3 to it.
16.
Yeah, it's nothing. You completely repress it. No, you passingly think it's odd as you're sitting there flipping this brass Zippo that's not yours. There's no business being in this room. You just flip it a few times, you shrug, you light the cigarette. And we will end the scene there as you continue just to kind of flip and close the lid of this brass Zippo. All right, there we go. So something I am doing is that for each episode, when you guys actually do manage to film something or you take efforts and succeed at getting footage, doing an overdub, something like that, I'm actually accruing, like I'm giving you points towards the end of it. So like at the end of it, we'll see how well your film actually does as well. So yeah, you actually have some good B-roll. So you successfully did something for your your cable entertainment for this session. I don't want to level you up just yet. We'll go like another session, and then I'll let you guys level up again. We'll get Richard in hopefully next time. But we will go ahead and end it there. This new recording stuff, I don't have any of my macros set up. So Dion, why don't you just tell us what you're doing and where can we go to see it?
Well, hi, I'm Dion. You can find me on Twitch at Substances Used, where I play a lot of GTA 5 roleplay, and I do a lot of JRPGs. We just beat Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Don't know what I want to play next yet. I kind of got like really drained with the long JRPG. I put like over 100 hours in that game. So
Long RPG, I don't see that's weird.
yeah, so I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna play next, but definitely some GTA 5 roleplay is gonna be happening still. So keep posted. Check it out. Give me a follow. Yada yada. Words.
Cool. All right, Bill, you got anything going on?
Yeah, I've been helping playtest a game that's being put out by Frog God Games. I think later this year, tentatively called the Necromancer's game. It's basically like like white box rules with some house rules in there, and it's pretty neat. I'm gonna have a like a living Rappanathic campaign going on over at Frog God soon. Information that should be forthcoming.
Cool. And Jameis, I just dropped the link for your blog. Apparently, Nightbot still works in this new software,
Yep.
which is weird because I didn't install it.
Nightbot's associated with Twitch. It's got nothing to do with.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all Twitch side.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my blog where I post stuff, so I have an external memory which I don't need to remember things anymore. I think recently I talked about a movie, shock horror. Speaking of shock and horror, it's October, and I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch of spooky movies to watch. I may talk about some of them coming up.
Cool. All right, and if you found us, you know where we are, but go to Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com for too many years worth of silliness, just like this. We will see you guys next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.